Hey, so I thought I would do an update, even though there's really nothing to update. I mean, I have had a lot of changes in 2020. I made a major move and then started a job and then left that job and then got another job and then financial issues because of changing jobs and moving, and trying to catch up. And so all that has stressed me out, and then going to this job that requires different hours than I'm used to, because I've had throughout graduate school I did, the 8 to 5 grind. Like during college I did work later hours because I had to go to classes full time, and then I was putting myself through college and working, at night. And so a lot of times I'd go to sleep at midnight or 1 a.m. and then get up at like 7 a.m. to go to classes. And, it just is what it was. And then after college, I worked 3 jobs to pay off my student loans. And one of my jobs was an overnight shift, but I was in my 20s. It's not easy when you're not in your 20s. It's like really, really, really super hard. So I'm trying really hard to get used to the shift, but I get off at 1:30, 2:30, and then my mind is still like, hey, you had to think a lot and focus a lot and concentrate and use all these critical thinking skills and analytical skills and really focus and pay attention to great detail on 3 different monitors and use all these different systems and hear clinical from all these different hospitals all over the country. And good luck with trying to sleep now. So I think, because like I was going to sleep at like 4 or 5, which isn't bad when you consider I get off work at 1:30 or 2:30. So 4 or 5 isn't too bad, but now I can't do it. I'm like going to sleep at 7 a.m. and you hear all this noise when you're trying to wind down at 7. You hear all the people like leaving and slamming their car doors, and stupid spam calls start calling and wake me up at like all throughout the day. And so, like, sorry, my stomach is growling too because I didn't eat. But like all these spam calls, and I do have my phone on vibrate, but I have my phone on my bed by me because I want to hear the alarm, because I'm dependent on my phone for the alarm to wake up. And so that, and then my stupid dog barking because he hears noise, and then the neighbor's dog's barking. It sucks living in the city. I'm hearing everything that you could possibly hear. I do have the curtains to block out the sunlight, so that helps, but it's not totally blocking the sunlight. And like I said, I still hear everything. I'm a light sleeper, so that does not help. But yeah, it's tough. So I don't know what to say, but yeah, I can't do like I did in college, and like, when you have to read a book that you can't stand and it's really boring and dry, or just the thing is just like a topic that you're just not interested in, and so you speed read it so you get the gist of the book so you could pass your exams. And you can't do that with the job I have. And I got so accustomed to doing that kind of thing, and you can't do that with this job. You have to pay attention to every single detail and focus on every single detail. You miss a detail, you screw yourself, and you screw the whole, assessment form you're trying to do on whatever case you're trying to do that's for whatever state and the state guidelines. And so it's just like, ah. So it's frustrating. Then my feet have been cold, so these are like awesome because it helps, And then being cold and tired and drinking a lot of coffee. I drink 2 cups. It's not like I drink a lot. Like at the max, I was drinking 3 cups of coffee, which I cut myself off of. So now 2. I'm like, nope, just a 2. And then 2 small Diet Coke cans. So 2 cans of soda, diet soda. So that, I guess that is a lot of caffeine. And I do it because I'm like, I have to focus. I have to pay attention to these details. I have to stay awake. because when I'm tired and my eyes are getting tired, I just can't pay attention to the details. I gloss over it and then I fuck up. So it's frustrating. And then waking up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then hitting snooze, and your body is like, I'm exhausted, but your mind is already awake. And you're like, I really don't want to climb out of bed. It's cold and I'm exhausted. I really don't want to climb out of bed. I will lay there thinking and then click the snooze again. And before I know it, I have like maybe 30 minutes before work to hurry up and eat, take care of my dog, take out the trash maybe go check the mail, and then I have to hurry up and log on for work. And because there's so many systems I have to log on to, I have to log on 20 minutes before my shift actually starts so I can have everything ready to go by the time my shift starts. It's so tedious. It's so tedious. Oh my god. Oh my god. And I have no idea how I'm ever going to date. Like, I'm already an introvert. COVID has already screwed me. And now I have a job that exhausts me and has fucked my schedule. I have no idea how I'm ever going to meet a guy, you know? So I guess on my days off, I can try to do something social, but I don't even know where to go, and COVID is bad and everything's still shut down. I don't even know. But I will say COVID has made me realize I do wish I was in a relationship, you know, and I've seen a lot of people saying that, and I've seen a lot of people get married because of COVID. Like, they were dating and then they were like, you know what, gonna get married, gonna settle down. COVID sucks, gonna settle down. I see this person every day anyway, and it's too hard to meet anybody else. So I guess it's forcing people not to cheat, so that's kind of good. I mean, there's less of a chance to cheat because lockdown and everybody's at home. I don't know. I just know that I've seen a lot of people getting married, and it's weird. It's weird. And I've had, oh yeah, I had one professor from grad school die recently, which that's weird. I had a professor last year die, and then I had another one this year die. And they were already on the older side and already had health issues, but it's weird. So the professor that died this week, she was the one that taught my voice class. And so I had her for my voice class and for our, what's it called? Master class, where you have to perform in front of your peers and stuff. And, she really didn't teach much. She was kind of just too busy on her Facebook. And she would like call you out if you hit a note that was off, or if you scooped, you know, into a note instead of like hitting it dead on. And she would like make fun of you for it instead of like correcting you and teaching you. Like, she would just like make fun of you for the class. And there was one guy, you could tell that he was so used to playing his horn, I don't know what you call it, I guess horn. Anyway, he was a brass wind instrument player, and you could tell that he's used to just a singular wind, you know, and singular note. And so he would sing like that. And he didn't know about inflection. He didn't know about stuff that, you know, singers just know to do, because he was so used to just playing the instrument. And so she would make fun of that poor guy like all the time. Every class, she would make fun of that poor guy. And I don't remember if I stood up for him or something, but he started getting a crush on me. And so like he offered to help me, and he was like, this is how you can know if you hit a note, you know, when you're singing on the piano, and if you know, do this. And so that was cool of him to do. And then he was like, hey, you want to exercise together? I'm like, hey, yeah, I'll be your exercise buddy. That'll be fun. And so we were exercising at our grad school gym, and we were walking, and he was like, oh, great, there's my ex-girlfriend, and she sees you with me. I'm like, so tell her I'm just your friend. You know, we're just friends. And he got quiet. So I don't know if he had a crush on me or whatever or what. And the girl looked plain. I just was like, I'm too tired to care about details, dude, or drama. I was working full time and going to graduate school full time. And I was just like, I'm just here to be your friend. But anyway, that poor guy. I mean, he's married now. I'm not feeling sorry for him. He's, got a wife and stuff. But yeah, she'd make fun of him. And so it's made me think about all that stuff. That was way back in 2009. I can't believe it's been 2009 doesn't seem like it's that long ago. And then you see Facebook memories pop up and you're like, it tells you how many years ago it was. Like 2011 is when I graduated grad school, and it's like that was 9 years ago. And I was like, what the fuck? 9 years? 9 years. It just doesn't seem like it's almost been a decade that I went to graduate school. It just doesn't seem like it. But anyway, yeah, I miss being in school, and I miss having other people that are smart to talk to, and I miss that as a way of making friends and meeting guys. I don't know how to make friends and meet guys outside of a school setting. I've never really had a lot of opportunities to do that, and like I said, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. Even though I'm all chatty, I'm not chatty in like real life. Like my ex-boyfriend would say I'm aloof and too laid back. And so I think it just depends. Like I think people that misread me and think I'm hyperactive, I think what it actually is I'm anxious and nervous around them. And they're thinking, oh, she's hyper. When no, I'm not hyper, just nervous and anxious. And so, and maybe not necessarily anxious about being around that person. I'm probably anxious because there's something going on. Like, oh crap, I got this bill coming up. I hope I have enough money to pay it. That kind of thing. So that's always in my head is bills. And I like to get to a point where I'm not like that. I really don't want that energy if I meet a guy of, oh my God, I got this bill coming up. I'm trying to get caught up financially, but it probably won't happen until I get my tax return because, like I said, I made a major move and then had to get another car and then transition from one job to another and dealing with the pay cut and difference because of transitioning. So I did one job, left, and then started another job. And when you transition like that, you quit one job for another, you've got that transition period and you've got that time where, okay, I've got to put in at least a week to get on the payroll and get paid. So it is what it is. So I'm behind because of all that stuff, which it all makes sense, but thank God for tax season, because then I can get caught up, on my bills. But yeah, and I've had this raging headache, and I took not Tylenol, I took 2 Advil. I took 2 Advils for it, and it's still there. So I probably should take 2 more. But I had this really, really complicated case that took a certain software to do it and certain instructions that I had to download to do it. And it was so tedious, it gave me a freaking headache. I had such a massive headache afterwards. And so I still have that headache. My head still is like, oh my God, why? Why'd you put me through that? Like the hamster on the wheel is like, I can't go anymore. I can't think anymore. If you put me into a situation where I have to think again, I'm just going to refuse and get fat on this wheel. So speaking of, I need to get something like an elliptical or stationary bike. Like I'm wearing this Planet Fitness shirt from being at the gym last year and no gym this year thanks to COVID, and really need to do something because I am sitting on my ass at this job and I'm gonna get fat. And then if I met a guy that was good, he'd be like, fuck no, she's fat. So I need to get myself in shape. And that's not the only reason I want to get in shape. It's not just for to get a guy. It's because I feel better. And I think I would sleep better and be worn down if I had something physical to wear me out, like, an aerobic activity, like elliptical or stationary bike. I need something because, it's getting too cold and it's too wet outside to walk. And my sleep pattern's all screwed, like, because of all the stupid crap that happens, like with, stupid spam calls and neighbors being noisy, my dog being noisy, and yeah, I have my phone on vibrate, but it still wakes me up because I'm a light sleeper, so I still hear the vibrate because it's right by my bed, because I use my phone for the alarm, which I probably should get an actual alarm. Then I wouldn't be bothered by all the stupid spam callers. But anyway, yeah, lovely what I just did my hair, but my head hurts. Like, I really could use a massage, and I could use, like, someone to just rub my head. Or just a cuddle. Like I could use a cuddle. Oh man, I'm so stressed out. But, like I said, I'm trying to think about, okay, future, horizon. You're gonna get caught up financially when you get your tax return. It's gonna be okay. And if I get myself an elliptical or stationary bike, hopefully during either Cyber Monday or Black Friday or whatever they have this year with COVID, maybe I can buy something on sale and then start exercising again and getting back to healthy and wear myself out physically so that I can actually go to sleep at a normal time after I wake, after I get off work, which isn't normal time, but whatever. Go to sleep before 7 a.m. so I can have some time during the day to go do stuff that I need to, go do, because I'm missing out by just laying in bed before work. Like, I don't want my life to be, be like that. I want to be able to, like, have some time to be able to go do something and run errands. And, on weekends, I want to be able to, like, okay, I've got energy. I can go out and, hang with a guy and do something fun, So, yeah. So I got to do something. And, yeah, it still freaks me out. It's really weird, Facebook, with seeing people dying. And, I also had another memory pop up. A friend of mine that I knew through a friend of mine who's a professional musician, and sometimes she would do his God, what's it called? Oh my God, because I did it for him too, because we're both friends with him. The thing where merch girl, merch. So she was running his merch tables, and we became friends, and I ran his merch tables for him too. But unlike her, I gave him his money. She was pocketing some of his money and got on his shit list because she was using to buy pain pills. She was addicted to pain pills, and she committed suicide because she was full of shame about it. And, she was going to all these different hospitals, and nobody was giving her pain pills anymore. They were onto her about her addiction to pain pills, which it made me feel so sad for her. She had a kid, she had a husband, and so it just, but yeah, on my memories on Facebook, there was a thing that she had wrote on my wall, or written on my wall. See, I can't think. My grammar is like, fuck you. Not you physically, but my brain is like, fuck me, fuck you. Anyway, yeah, so the same week my professor dies, and that memory pops up of that friend, and it just it makes me feel so bad for her. I don't know. It's tragic when you see somebody that's addicted to something, you can't help them, and pain pills because they're in pain. I mean, it's, I don't know, maybe if insurance approved alternative therapies, like, I don't know, like, acupuncture and chiropractic therapy, and physical therapy. Maybe if they approved more of that, people wouldn't get hooked on pain pills. But because doctors put you on all these damn addictive pain pills, there's people getting addicted to that. And it's just tragic. It's really sad. I mean, she had a full life before that. I mean, I remember seeing all her posts and thinking, oh, that's fun. And I would see her in person, and she would dance at, his concerts, when my friend would come by and come tour through Texas. And she'd be in the back dancing, to his music by herself. She'd just be dancing by herself. But she was fun, and then she started stealing his money for her pain pills, and she was not his merch girl anymore. And it made me sad. I shouldn't say girl, she was a lady. But it made me sad for her, and it made me sad for him because he's got a family. He doesn't need to be fucked over on his actual money. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's weird seeing all the death on Facebook. You don't see that on Twitter. People are just too busy ranting about politics and voting right now, and all this other crap. And then Instagram's like a vacay. Instagram, you're just seeing pictures, just images of like random stuff. Like, I'm particular on what I look at, and so and I'm particular about what I post. And I don't post, like, it's very rare if I post a selfie. I really don't even have very many selfies. But yeah, you're just looking at like images. So you're not having to really hear a whole lot of political crap. Like, there's some celebs that will ram that shit down your throat of, you have to vote, like your life depends on it. And they do that on Twitter mostly. But even on Instagram, you have to vote. You have to vote Biden. You have to vote this. And I'm like, you can't tell me who to vote for one. You can't tell me I have to vote, because fuck you. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I really don't give a damn what you do. If you vote for Biden, I don't care. If you vote for Trump, I don't give a shit. Who cares? I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you believe in. If you're nice to me, cool. If I actually know you, cool. And even my friends that I know, they believe in all kinds of stuff. I'm friends with people that are liberal and conservative, so I don't get into all that shit. And I don't care about all that shit. I'm like, whatever you gotta do. Whatever makes you happy, whatever makes your boat float. I don't care. Go do you. I'll do me. I'm in my own little world trying to worry about bills. I don't give a shit about the damn voting shit. I don't give a shit about your agenda and what you're trying to push. I don't care. So in the end, I'm trying to just get sleep. That's the goal. Get sleep and find a guy so I can get laid. That's the goal. And neither one is happening right now. I am like 0. I'm 0-0. Like 2 0-0s. So like I'm on the losing team, but not losing because at least I have a job, but losing as far as the other two things. So I really don't give a damn about the voting crap. But yeah, you still see that on Instagram. I mean, yeah, on Instagram, but like it's flooded on Twitter. Like you cannot log on a second without seeing all the political shit. Like it's constant by both sides. And it gets really annoying. And so I try to mute as many of those people as I can. And I mainly look at posts about dogs, about horror and sci-fi and music. So that's my formula. That's the things I look at. And hot guys. Like if there's a post about a hot guy, I'll look at it and like it. And Instagram, that's mainly what I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, he's hot, and okay, that's cool. Sci-fi, okay, that's cool. Horror, that's all I'm looking at. And nature, I love nature. So all the nature posts, I love those. So I don't care about all the other stuff. So, but yeah, I guess that's it. I've talked long enough. It's already 25 minutes, and I've talked about nothing. So thanks for watching. If you watched the entire thing. If not, and you bowed out at 7 minutes, can't say I blame you. Thanks.